What's up, boys and girls? Pancakes, Saturday mornings outdoors here. And I'm going to show you an old school grandma's recipe. And when I say old school, you're going to be shocked to see how old school I mean. For the potato pancakes. And one of the best side dishes, you can have it with deer liver, you can have it with venison steaks, you can have it with pheasant, and any other. Absolutely the best side dish, and it makes the neighborhood smell like you know what you're doing. One of the best, easiest recipes going. So I'm making a bunch. So these freeze really good and easy, and they're simple to make. 7 onions, peeled. This is so old school, you're gonna love it. You can get these at a flea market, probably 10 bucks. These will be around for another 500 years. They're absolutely so useful and still do an excellent job. When making these potato pancakes, you can use that mandolin and just rip your knuckles up, or you can use this and really speed it up. There's a million uses for these things, and they're made out of cast iron, and they're easy to clean and last forever and ever and ever. You can make sausage with them. I grind deer meat, all kind of game meat in there when I want to grind stuff, all kind of salads. They're really a great thing to get. 15 bucks at this is a small one. I have a much larger one too that handles more volume. But so you want to use a towel in here so you don't mess your table up. This takes a lot of pressure to set that up, to clamp that onto the table. So put a towel there. And another thing you'll learn really quick when you're doing onions or something with somewhat of a water content, put a bowl underneath, because it's going to drip out of there into the bowl, and you can either throw it away or throw it back in. I tend to throw it back in the mixture. That's all flavor. So basically 3 bowls. Liquid catcher. This is going to catch the ground potatoes and onions, and that's the bowl that everything's going to be dumped into. Half or quarter the onions, so they're going to fit into the grinder a lot easier. And kids love to do this. If you got kids, this is a simple recipe. It's onions, potatoes, egg, flour, salt, and pepper. That's it. And this is the best absolute side dish. I make this with venison, with deer liver. I make it with pheasant and any kind of. I make it with kielbasa. I'm a Polak, so we know what good food is, and really easy to make. And you can freeze them really well. So let's get grinding. You'd be amazed how quick this goes. They're very efficient and they're very effective. Really good. It's actually fun. That's how Grandma used to do it. And see how it drips down the bottom, and so you got to put a bowl there. But it'll blow through these onions and potatoes like it's nothing. This small one, it's a small one. The bigger ones are even faster, if you can believe that. This is what you're ending up with. Look at that. Beautiful consistency and really fast. Perfect for potato pancakes. All right, beautiful ground onion, and just dump it into the master bowl there. Now move on to the potatoes, do the same thing. Grind them. I got 7 potatoes. These are russets. They're kind of long, so they work out well. I didn't buy them for that, but they fit in the grinder really good. If you got kids, they would love this. I mean, it's fun. It's just fun. There's something satisfying about crunching these vegetables through. Some guys use a plunger, like a stick. You don't need that. Just be careful with your fingers. I'd probably have the kids use the stick. Crunching away. So every time you fill the bowl, just put it in the master bowl and keep going. It's just potatoes and onions so far. So here's all the juices. Like I said, there's a lot. It's onion and potato juice. And some of these vegan people might say, oh my gosh, it's so nutritious. Just drink it. Like, you'll pay 8 bucks at one of those vegan juice bars for that. No, I just chuck that. I'm good at that. Freaking weirdos. So, give this a stir. It's the easiest recipe ever. Get it all incorporated right. This is a good amount. You can freeze tons of this. It freezes wonderful. Just potatoes and onions so far. Easiest recipe ever. when you cook this too, it makes the house smell like you know what you're doing. So for that amount, you kind of get an eye for it. 3 eggs on this. This is the binder part. Then you get your flour going. So there's like 7 good-sized potatoes, 7 onions, I think it was, 6 or 7 onions. You got to kind of eyeball it, and this just thickens it. Because if you don't use that as a kind of a binder with the eggs, the stuff all falls apart. And then, of course, salt and pepper. Generally, when you're cooking potatoes, I find they really need a lot of salt. So, good amount of salt. Be careful, though. You don't want to over-salt it. See, that's about right. There's good pepper. And then give that a spin. See, this is something you can't taste to see if everything's correct, but it's really not that hard to mess up. There's only 3 ingredients, so. I want to get that egg and flour all up in there because that's going to hold it together for you. That looks about right. So I'm going to have 2 pans rolling just to speed things up. You probably have 5 or 7 per pan, whatever. But when you start frying these, man, it makes the house smell like you know what you're doing. I'm not kidding when I say the neighbors start going, uh-oh, what's that? You know, it's really, really makes the house smell delicious. Just lay them out. Let's go. When I tell you these are just, oh my gosh, they're so good. I'm not trying to sell them either. They're really that good. So when they start turning brown around the edges, you know it's time to flipify. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Turn up the heat a little on this one. We rolling, and now just stack them up. And so get a plate with paper towels and just start stacking them up. Believe me. Oh my God, I haven't had these in a year. Oops. Keep rolling, flipping and stacking. It's like the first batch that you do comes out kind of messed up. Same with making waffles. For some reason they come out messed up. After that, I think it's because it fills the pores of the pan in, the micro pores. but it seems like the second and batches on forward always come out way better. So that's half of them. And I happened to have a side of baby back ribs, so I made those homemade. How's that for a match? Homemade grandma's potato pancakes and baby back ribs. Oh my gosh. Hot. Good. I don't even have to tell you. They freeze excellent too. I will eat this whole batch. This is only half. I'll eat that whole batch like within 2 days. It is so good. It's worth it to try it. It's a lot of fun to make too. See you on the diet program.